Hello.
Hi.
Howdy, gang.
Here we are.
Guys.
We're here. How's it going?
How's it going, guys?
Ooh,
I'm looking at everyone's comments. Oh my goodness.
yeah. Did anybody see the Mars occultation?
I went outside, but it was like too cloudy. I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, same.
But I saw it on TikTok live. Someone was filming it. So
Yeah, I saw the live stream from the Griffith Observatory.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Awesome side quest tonight.
Oh man. Yeah, that has to be some really cool footage from the Griffith. Ooh.
I wonder what that means. I'll have to ask Madeline at some point, but what maybe somebody in the comments knows what the occultation of Mars by the moon means astrologically.
Yeah, can you want to describe what's happening exactly so people can
it's like basically it's the moon passes in front of Mars, so you can't see it. That was my
and it was like for like an hour or so that it's hidden. Is that
something like that?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was wondering what is the significance of that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, the moon is like magic and illusion and all that cool stuff, and Mars is strife, So
and it's in retrograde. Which means that it's like, it's shadowy sides, right? Shadowy sides come out.
Or maybe I don't know, magic will obscure the strife in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone in the comments went out and saw it. Let us know. Or I'm curious.
Has any ideas about?
Yeah, it's like I looked it up today, just like the general theme of a full moon in Gemini, and a lot of them spoke on the significance of like Mars being involved, and it was mainly discussing internal thoughts or internal feelings like finally coming to the surface and finally being able to like communicate those kinds of things. It was like pretty specific, but it was just like, if you've had stuff bubbling up, if you've had things that you need to say, like it's probably the best time, and it'll probably almost feel involuntary is what it was sounding like. But it was very specific. I was trying to find some stuff for like prosperity work, and buzzword manifestation. But it's more about like, expose your truth and stuff like that. Like, all right, guys, let's do the work.
Oh man, my astrological knowledge is like so cursory. Like it only extends to sort of like the tarot correspondences and like ancient deities, basically.
Right.
I have a lot to learn in that regard.
I do too. Definitely not super knowledgeable.
I wonder if we know anybody who could teach us a little more about it. Like you, Garrett.
No, not me.
No. I mean, Maitland, I had a session with Maitland. When was it? Back in Mayish area. And it was a 1-hour session. It was wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely.
They let you keep, all the even like the Zoom meeting file itself if you want to rewatch, because the whole time I was just like this is incredible. I don't know what to ask. I didn't know, like I was just like bah, bah, bah. But what's cool is they set it up so that you can continue with your own research and continue with your own like journey in astrology, and kind of gives you like a jump start on the legwork, but it's like, all right, there you go. It's just the time the time to do it.
They like open it up for their like Patreon. Is that how you get a book session with them?
I believe so. You definitely, with the Patreon perk of Weird Astrology and Maitland's work over there, I know that patrons get like first dibs or first announcement when their books are open. But I know that they're doing really well with those, so I couldn't tell you when the next opening is.
I need to I need to get on that.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was really amazing. I was lucky enough to get an opening like before they started their Patreon, so I still have that. And another really cool thing is that not only do you get to keep the videos, and I don't know if they still do it this way, but when I did it, I have access to the videos in perpetuity, but also all the charts.
Yes.
They include like a ton of charts, not just like your natal chart. Like there's a bunch of other, like having the astronomical stuff as well as the astrological, I think like sets them apart from other people who might do it. So
Agreed.
yes, if you are watching this, Madeline, do you know what their Patreon is? Maybe that should be our, that should be our link today.
Or like donate, like kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really.
Yeah, let me see. I can find it now.
Yeah,
Put it
that
on
would
the
be
thing
cool.
here.
And Madeline's been doing our stargazing side quests since like week 2. So, and was, the person who really brought all of the WUFO thoughts together in a tweet, and on week 1. So I think it would be really awesome if people haven't had the chance to do so yet, to go over to Weird Astrology on Patreon, and give them a subscribe. Are they ones that offer pay what you want? Is there some sort of structure that way? Am I getting that mixed up?
I can't recall.
Yeah, it says their Patreon is now pay what you can, so all tiers get the same benefits. So I just posted it. Yeah, you can see it here. I found it.
And if you follow Stargazing Side Quest on Instagram, which you definitely should, that's where you're going to get all the information for that portion of WUFO every week. Think about how much work they put into that. And so joining their Patreon, you get that and more, and it's great.
Yeah. So week 47.
Yeah. We're almost to a year. That's so wild.
Yeah. And there's some fun stuff that we have planned for the year that we can talk about probably a little closer too. But thanks to everybody who stuck with us for this long, or if you're just joining tonight.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of us for I know that there's some weeks where, we're tired and some weeks where things happen, but all in all, we've kept up with this. I mean, for almost a year. That's wild.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And actually, you know what I was thinking in relation to that? So earlier today, when we were talking about what we might do this evening, we hit upon the idea of doing a clip show, like a WUFO clip show, and just having it be like, highlights from the past year or so that we've been doing this. I would love to hear what people who have been watching along the whole time would like to see or think were like significant moments in WUFO, the first year of WUFO history, that we could toss in there. So,
ooh, great idea.
Yeah, well, we can ask around on social media too. But if anybody who's watching has any idea, it was like, remember that time when
moments.
Yeah, then we tried to talk to rocks that Bigfoot might have thrown to bags, or
Oh, let me announce that too. So one of I don't know how much this is, the age-old Bex question. I always forget to ask if I can share what people tell me.
I mean, I think people come here just to see if you'll spill the beans about something.
I think so.
Oh, she froze. Maybe that's a sign from the universe.
Don't say it, man.
Don't say it. Well,
we'll see if she comes back.
Yeah, we'll see if she comes back in.
So some things you want to talk about, some things we're gonna maybe do tonight.
Yeah, we can. I also wanted to say, hang on. Did we get? Oh yeah. Okay. Last week, I wanted to just like ask everybody. Last week we had kind of a fun exercise, where we used tarot cards to generate input for an AI text thing, which we then took and made images out of as an attempt at, divining something. And we put that out there, and I was just, if anybody did anything with that afterwards, we'd love to know about it.
Yeah, there was a link you put up on the WUFO site.
Yes, I have the link for the instructions on the website. And is WUFO? Oops, darn it!
I got it.
Okay, I just got to pop up.
How do you say that? Haruspecs?
Haruspecs, yeah, as far as I know.
Let's see, I'm gonna add that. It's right here. Oops, not that one. If you go to that,
yes,
as the directions for how to do this method we kind of came up with during that last WUFO.
Yes.
That was a weird one. It was just like, let's see what happens. And then like the pictures that people came up with, and all the connections. I loved it. I love that.
Yeah.
You just took this like tiny input, and then all of this stuff got extracted out of it. And
yeah, and it was creating this, like, it created this whole like dragon zodiac mythology thing.
Yeah,
makes sense. I don't know if you had a chance to go back and watch it yet, Bex, but we had some wild results, like this whole like dragon god creation myth thing.
That's whoa, man. So like, yeah, I thought I got the majority of it, but I must have fallen asleep because like dragon stuff comes up a lot for this project that Jim and I have been doing for a while now, and it kind of died down, so it's really like my little ears perked up when you said dragons and God. I'm like, oh. Which is
Katie too, I think. Doesn't Katie have dragon?
Oh, absolutely. Well, Katie, one of our first experiments together that we ended up using for our other show is her taking me to that world that she discusses, meeting dragons and things astrally, and that was really awesome. I'll have to link that again, find the episode. But it was really great. But no, there's like a series of events when Jim and I were together where we would just see dragon iconography everywhere, and it would like even like specifically hone itself down into like red dragon iconography, and it was like, oh, someone's house we were visiting had like a red dragon incense holder, and then like, oh, the barn we passed had a red dragon painted on it, and it was just like all in a weekend, and it was really quite wild. And so now we're kind of always like looking out for that stuff and listen to each other. Like I found a grimoire from quite a long time ago called the Red Dragon, and it's all about
oh yeah, I know that.
Like yeah, it's definitely like demigod, daemon kind of focuses. But it's interesting and not my typical vibes, so I'm on the lookout for red dragons always, but organically. And that was a fun little moment there. But I wanted to tell people before I got silenced, I won't share the what makes this special yet, but
is this the beans that you're spilling?
What'd you say?
Are these the beans you're going to spill? No,
I'm not gonna spill them. I'm just gonna like dance around it. Oh my god. My poor little fingers just have a little phone like. So I'm gonna be on Night Drift on Sunday. That's the key there, and I'm gonna be sharing the Bigfoot story that y'all have heard on WUFO, but it'll be fun to share it with people over the AM radio waves who have not heard it yet. And yeah, but the important part of the show, I guess I'm not going to share because that was wild, being silence, as they say.
So we're getting some good thoughts here for the
awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great, Bex. I think everybody should listen. So that'll be Sunday at 5 p.m. PST.
Perfect. I'll be in Eastern. I'm going up to Indiana, so that day actually, but it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern for my East Coast folks out there.
So let's see. We got a snack look back. A snack. Yeah. UFO water. UFO shrines. A look back at all the hats. When we met Coco, of course we have to do when we met Coco. Yeah.
Oh, I have a question for you guys, but we have to, it's like dancing around something that. Okay, we have a private conversation about this, but there was a WUFO that we had, where it was Garrett. We were streaming Garrett's backyard, and we had our special guest Nick with us, who was writing a piece on Liminal Earth for Paranormality magazine, and that was a really fun day, and lots of weird shit happened. But we like potentially uncovered some really interesting stuff, very unfortunate stuff during the Estes that we put together later, but we haven't shared it just because of some sensitivity issues and respect. But if there's a way, or if we want to reopen that conversation, I'm here to have it privately. But there's been like a couple instances where we've looked back on Estes method sessions, and maybe not with this case so drastic, but it's really cool to see moments when we're doing these contact experiments, and then we actually get like a narrative or we actually uncover like real information through them. And it's happened more times than you think, especially when you start doing some digging back. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, that one specifically, there was something that happened where we were. It's like, I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but it was like stuff we were saying in the same place that we were down at. It happened that night. And so it was kind of freak. That's the one that is the freakiest of all the whole year. And it's unfortunate we can't talk about it, but
there must be, I mean, I think we could come up with some way to, Yeah,
it was weird. It's definitely the weirdest one of everything that happened.
Yeah, it was a clear demonstration of, if you go under for the Estes and you're just connected somehow, it might be, the little ritual that we did before, it may be all of our friends showing up and supporting us and participating too, but it was one of the few moments I felt like I truly like psychically predicted something or connected with something that was unfortunately happening in a moment. Like it was really bizarre, and and I don't remember feeling that way under, but I remember hearing your guys' reaction, like not hearing the reactions, but watching it back, and you guys were kind of on the money with like your throw out messes, and it was wow, because that doesn't really happen. It's pretty random, the majority of the sessions, and we'll put some stuff together, but it just felt really predictive and psychic and fun, without the context. Obviously it's not fun, but that's why we're not sharing it. But kind of freaky if you're the person who like predicts something happening,
I think it's like over the year I've really seen like how I conceive of that whole Estes thing is kind of more about this psychic thing that is happening. Maybe it's like a state you're in or something, and I think even what we've done over the year, it seems like one of the ideas that's come out is like, stop trying to like contact this thing, just like use this moment to have like remember this has come up, like stop trying to like reach out and talk to aliens or whatever. Like it's just this moment, and like creative things will happen out of it once you're in the state. I think that's something that's like, I don't know how to describe this, but that's kind of something that's over this year has kind of evolved out of this. And I think that's the reason why like I made Coco, it's like, it doesn't matter if you believe that this is really a plant talking to you. It like puts you in this state where like, then you're open to all this weird stuff. I don't know. I just think like in general, I'm into this idea of Anyway, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense. I agree. And one of the things that I keep liking to circle back to, that I think I personally like learned and embraced over this, because like Kai says here, like it's become like a weekly practice, like it's a ritual.
yeah.
And but it's also the act of like creating art by participating in this weird liminal ritual space kind of.
Uh-huh.
That I love the idea of the erosion of the line between art and magic.
I love that week we just like made monster drawings.
Yeah.
Everyone just made monster drawings. I mean, like
Yes.
that's like another example of like that. You could just do that. I think just like trying these different experiments to like right in between that border of magic and art.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that was such a pivotal point for us receiving that. I mean, it was like a message that we got. I would say it's one of like our strongest contact points, in my opinion, during us. Just like I remember that being one of the transcriptions was like, you basically, so crudely put, you don't need to focus on communication, like you need to focus on creating. And it was like, oh. And it was just kind of a weird, I think it's a weird concept for a second, because you're like, what do you mean? Like, it's WUFO, we're trying to communicate aliens and birds. And, but once, we thought about it, like, oh, this could be a really cool opportunity to use this Estes method that was created by these wonderful people, over at the Stanley years and years ago, and to be able to take it and kind of be like, well, maybe it's not just for spirit communication, maybe it's not just for these intended uses, as wonderful as they are. Let's see what else we can do. And I think that it opens up a bigger idea about like going into trance states to create art and exploring those in the past you've done so, and how you can apply it to your art, and being able to, do art while they're watching our sessions. That's one of my other favorite things, is seeing everyone's artwork every week. Truly.
Absolutely, yeah. Play with the universe. Like that's it. Like, have fun.
Jared always has a habit of saying things like that. That's wonderful. Art is magic, and I say that because I can feel the magic in it. Absolutely. Very well said. That's my you guys want to read my palm. Man.
No, that's nice.
Someone brought up the older episodes. Oh god. Hopefully they're not the ones where I was on by myself. Those were really, I loved figuring out the kinks. The first few weeks we were like, how do we even do this? How do we even get 3 people on a stream? I had like my tablet set up and people were like listening to you guys, but they couldn't see you, and it was just great.
Oh yeah, those are pretty rad.
I felt like one of those little like performing circus animals in a little outfit. I was like, hi guys. Yeah. But it was funny.
Yeah, True. Jenny painting too. That was another highlight for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like live painting.
That one.
There's one I remember. This what didn't get broadcast because we were in the campsite. But it was Bex and Jim and I. Yeah. And there's a TikTok of it, but Bex accidentally eating Jim's burrito is so funny to me. And the video of it is so good because Bex is like still eating it, and like just like Jim is so it's so great. It's great. It's a great little video. I recommend it. I'll put that in the clip show.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the guests, like how do we pick like who, which segments from all of our guests?
I know. We had so many great.
I think we should just do like a little from each one. To be honest, I think the clip show should just be as long as a show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of guests that I've had even just on the East Coast show, in the past since we've been doing them. And like I have Court Eastman, the Ghoul Guide, who saw a UFO during a paranormal investigation, has the footage, and like I can't miss that. And all of the people that we've had come on and try cool experiments. Like Katie built like a ritual for us, and built a ritual, shared it with us, and that was really cool too. And it's like all these people are the pieces that's helped build where we are.
Yeah.
I think upcoming too, Maitland is gonna be hosting some stuff. Sounds like, and bringing on some new guests as well. I think just like hopefully, I mean, I don't know, maybe we should next year just thinking about like what's gonna happen next year. What are we gonna get? I don't even know. Like what how is this gonna?
It's gonna be bigger, louder.
Yeah, what are we doing next?
More extreme.
Yeah,
we're gonna be the monster truck rally of live stream paranormal.
Yeah. Oh, Mars is back, according to Alex. Did it come back, or did it already come back?
I don't know. I still can't see anything here, but
I think Bex got kicked again.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the? Can I show my little instrument thing real quick?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll do a little show and tell. I have a couple of things to show too.
I'm making a TikTok about this, but I found this like vintage Christmas tree ornament that would play Christmas songs, and I decided to hack it. So I've basically circuit bent it, and it was playing like these really, simple little Christmas songs, but now I've made it make this terrible music instead. Let's see. Oh, it's unhappy. That's what it's doing now.
Our dogs.
See. So yeah, I took my wife hates when this is on.
I can understand that.
But it basically I soldered new wires in. I'm trying to find terrible new places for it to make it really awful. Yeah, so I've been working on that. And I've been working on some chat. Oh, I should turn it off probably.
Otherwise, you're going to be cursed to have it never turn off.
Yeah, it's like electronic bagpipes.
Exactly.
I really wanted it to sound. I was trying to make it sound like just like dying. I have to test all the things. I kill it a lot, and I have to turn it off and on. But yeah, I also been working on some chat GPT stuff, like the OpenAI chat things, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit after this. Because I don't know if people have seen that yet, but I'm excited to talk about what's going on with that. But Jeremy, did you have some show and tell you wanted to?
Yeah. So I had a couple of things that were I thought were kind of fun that people could see. Did we lose Bex again?
No, my internet's really bad, but I'm trying to tweet out a link.
Oh yeah, no worries.
You can watch this.
So I've been taking this flyagaric spagiric now for a while. It's the stuff from Jagged Poison Path, and I know Bex is the one who turned me on to it, and I know that Kai has also taken some of it. I don't know if anybody else out there has, but I was recently, over the Thanksgiving week, I was down at the Oregon coast, and on the walk to the beach, I saw these beautiful, big flyagaric mushrooms. I mean, like, we're talking like Smurf houses here, like. Wow. So I harvested a few of them. I left a lot of them, but and now I just wanted to turn this off. Look at that. It's turning like pinkish. So I have it in vodka right now. I read that's the best way to extract it at first, but I think I'm going to make it a spagyric.
What is a
Ooh.
spagyric exactly?
So it's like an alchemical preparation.
Oh.
And I guess, well, there's a whole alchemical theory behind it that's like extract the salt of mercury from the, I don't know exactly that part, but in my mind, it is like when you do a tincture, you squeeze out the materials and then you compost them, and that's that. This is actually a way to even use the materials that are left inside the stuff that you ordinarily would compost. So it's a process. I mean, you do your alcohol maceration, and then you take the materials out and you calcify them. Basically, it just means burn them at a really high temperature until they turn into like a gray ash. And then there are a few more steps too, but that way you're getting not just the water soluble and alcohol soluble components, you're also getting like other components that might not be available otherwise. And I don't know, I've never had fly agaric tincture as opposed to the spagyric, but the spagyric works. And so knowing that, I thought it would be fun to try this for the first time. So
what does that do for, what is the effects of it for you when you say it works?
Yeah, it like I mainly use it like during like now, like I mainly use it, but it has like I don't take very much of it in those cases, and it has kind of a like a microdosing effect. I think ever since I started doing it, I've just noticed like a little bit more of an even keel. But there's been a couple of times when I've taken like a half dropper full instead of like 3 drops or something like that, and you feel like this weird. And I maybe Bex can share how she feels with it if she's ever done that too, or anybody watching. It's been used in the past in different cultures, like as a flying ointment. It's the thing with like Santa Claus, maybe based on, which I don't actually necessarily think there's anything to that, but as an idea, it's kind of cool that Santa might have been a shaman who ate this red and white mushroom, and that's why his clothes are red and white. And they saw in Siberia, the reindeer would eat the fly agaric and, start acting funky. And that's maybe why humans thought they would give it a try too. The flying sensation, I've never taken enough of it to get there, but I've taken enough of it to see how it could get there. Like there's sort of this, I wouldn't say buzzy, but like light feeling, almost like you have coffee, but like less jittery. And that's on like that's like a half dropper dose for me. So I haven't ever done more than that, but I might with the new stuff. So I've been learning a lot about them too. Did you know they're actually?
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Did you know they're actually safe to eat?
You have to.
If you have to,
like, yeah. It's pretty controversial in the mushroom hunting community, but they are. I mean, you have to eat.
Do we lose?
I mean, I don't want to throw numbers out there because people would take the advice, but you have
please
to
don't go out and eat any
before you start getting like gastronomical. Just a lot of.
I
know, right? Well, here's the thing. This always gets me about, we used to do quite a bit of like foraging or whatever videos, and we always get a lot of explainers and things. And so, just use common sense. Don't put stuff in your mouth. Pretty simple, like how our existence has been able to go into 2022 is not eating random things in the woods. And so, that gets me a lot, that there's a heavy responsibility. It's like, well, yeah, but you also just shouldn't do that. But that's something that a lot of people I would see in Washington and my peninsula, people would like take pictures of those kicked over and stuff and be like, hard for people to accept that not only are they not like super dangerous, but you can create these tinctures and create these different typically cause you any distress and like it's the least, obviously, depending on how you take,
Right.
how much you take. But it was interesting hearing your dosages, because when I would do WUFO, I would do a full syringe
Nice.
every week. And,
Did it give you that
I would
sensation
do
that like
it. Absolutely. It gave me that sensation. Made me feel that I was like microdosing, like on regular psychedelic mushrooms. Like took a little too much, or hadn't like got my tolerance back yet, and so I definitely felt like that uplifting, physically feeling, and like being like, I'm ready to like go meditate and figure some shit out. That's the kind of mentality that it put me in. And so when I would go into trance, or when we would do any sort of astral estes, it would put me in that mentality so quick, and it would I think get me there, wherever there is, that much quicker. I always appreciated that.
Yeah, it's awesome. And now there's in the
And
foraging
Jagged Path
community.
makes really cool.
Yes, yeah,
What'd you say?
Jagged Poison Path, very cool. So it's similar in the foraging community, because there's this like stigma around them because of, you know, their history. But like many experts, like David Aurora, who is like a really well-known, very well-respected mycologist, describes the process for making them safe just for consumption, like if you just want to eat them. And it's really simple. It's just like boiling it a couple times in a few changes of water. And there might be one other really easy step. I'd have to look it up. But I want to try that too. And then, you know, a lot of people are saying like, oh, don't do that. It's too risky. It's too risky. But like, how many things that we eat on a regular basis go through processing to make it safe to eat? Like kidney beans. Like if you eat raw kidney
rice
beans,
for the
like,
4 days old. Come on.
yeah. If you eat kidney beans like before you know they're dried and processed, then like your tummy will be more upset than if you eat like half of a raw amanita mushroom. I mean, it's just how much work you want to put into it. So
yep. And of all the people to trust, David Orr is the person
right?
to get mushroom advice from. He
Yeah.
he is one of those mycological pillars, and so who, you know, kicks over stuff in our yard, or you gotta listen to David, who spent his whole life studying them.
Yeah. And I think I have a friend who thinks like this should be a beginner mushroom for people. It's not deadly.
Wow.
You can
Yeah.
identify it way
Definitely
more
not.
easily than any other mushroom out there. Like, and if you know how to cook it
Yes.
properly, it's perfectly safe. So that's my friend's opinion. Please don't
Absolutely.
go out tomorrow and pick fly agaric without looking into it first. But it's an awesome entity.
Yes. We can I'm really excited to talk for Garrett to talk about the stuff that he's been doing on the thing that we've been texting about. But I will talk about mushrooms forever, and so I literally have to cut myself off. But my last thing that I will say, and I will say until the end of time, is do not fear touching a mushroom. You cannot absorb mycotoxins through your fingers, through your pores. You have to have them interact with your digestive fluids before the mycotoxins are released and activated. So you should like stuff in the woods personally, but touching them is not going to harm you. Please don't be afraid to touch them. Like, go take pictures with them. Pick you a little sample if you want to like learn more about it in your home. You know, don't be afraid to touch mushrooms. That's not how mycotoxins work, and there's not really a whole lot of mycotoxins present in fly agaric because you can eat them if you prepare them properly. Like, so don't be afraid to touch mushrooms. Just don't eat them. Talk to us. Talk to experts. You know, get some books. Do some research. Licking toads. That was a really good episode of Hamilton's show too. If you guys have seen that.
I'm gonna put his name up here.
Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
Like there's not really a bad yet.
Oh yes, perfect.
Yeah. So I have
We
one
need
other
it
thing to
too.
show though before,
Yeah.
if we can
Yeah, totally.
see if anybody in
Yes,
the audience
please.
can guess what this is. Guess. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh my God! Guess what's in
Guess
your
what it
jar?
is. Anyone?
Oh my God!
Show it again.
So funny.
All right, I'll show it. I'll keep it up.
Overtime.
Can anyone guess? I will let you know. The liquid is just Everclear. The liquid is just like pure grain alcohol. There's a little swimmy in there, I think.
I did see it.
Did you see it?
What kind of
Nobody.
swimming?
Should I reveal it? I mean, should I tell everybody what it is?
Oh, people guessed it.
I
Did they
think
guess
it'd
it?
be rude if you didn't. Ooh, that's pretty. That shot.
Oh, it is pretty. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
It looks like you got like a sample of the sun.
It fits. Yeah. Okay. That jar contains the Queen Orange. So yes, Alex and Kai.
We had a correct guess in there.
That's the Queen Orange. This is the actual orange.
Are
If
we
you
that
go onto our
predictable?
TikTok, from Renton, Washington, near the Black River Riparian. Good night, Ashley. The Black River
Hey,
Riparian
Ashley.
forest, and in the TikTok, like there's the mysterious pile of oranges, and there's one with the peel still on it, and I grabbed it and put it in a bag, and then it's been living in my freezer, but my freezer is on the fritz. It's not working properly right now. So I thought, well, we're gonna have to just find a way to store its essence, and there it is.
That's going in our museum one day.
Yeah,
Or
or
Oh, God.
Uh-huh.
we can make a spagyric out of the Queen Orange.
Okay.
Do we want to show everyone what this orange looked like when you sampled it? I like it sitting there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
the idea of having like tiny vial necklaces containing Mother Orange or Queen Orange essence.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. Something will be done with it.
I love
At the
it.
very least, we can like anoint things with it that we send out to people.
Yeah.
I just say anointed by the essence of the Queen Orange. So,
Oh my God, that's perfect.
That's so awesome.
I
oh,
love it.
I am
And
scared of this
I think
orange. Do not fear the orange.
I'm more scared of than the orange. I'm scared of what AI generated as the person or individual whom are leaving behind the oranges. The orange lever creeps me out.
Yeah.
Creeps
That
me
image
out.
of-
I'm gonna have to find it again now. There's no way I can't.
Oh dear gosh.
So speaking of AI,
I just
while we're looking for
Good.
this, do you want to talk about what you've been doing?
Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really cool. It's unlike any. I know that there are people who have like concerns about AI and how it might like disadvantage people who are like artists and creators and authors and stuff. And I think that's totally a valid point. But I think that what this is and like what we've been doing with it, it kind of transcends that argument a little bit. So go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, so I don't know if people have
It's a different
seen.
section of AI. It doesn't involve.
Yeah, I think there's so many questions with the whole AI thing right now, and I don't know if people have seen that there's this new Chat GPT thing that you can go play with. It's made by the OpenAI people who did like the Dolly image generation that you may have seen, and it's I actually it's been around for like this week. I think it kind of came out. Is that right? But I just saw a TikTok over the weekend where some guy was like, "Hey, I'm going to use this thing to write some code. Have it write some code for me." So he said he was like talking to this chatbot. He said, "Hey, write me some code in JavaScript that looks like rain," and then it outputted all of this code and explained how it worked, and he just took the code and pasted it into his like browser that can do code, JavaScript code, and it basically made this black image in the web browser that looked like rain, and then he asked it to generate code that would make lightning. And I was just like, what is going on? This is like blowing my mind that it could actually like make code and like something functional. And then I've seen some videos just tonight, like some dangers of this, like, people doing malicious things, like write me some code that will like run in a game engine that I could give to someone, and it would take pictures of them using their webcam and send them to me secretly,
Right.
and it gives them the code to do that, or like write me some code that will delete all the files on that person's computer, and you basically trick this AI into doing it because it says, oh, that's malicious. I can't show you how to do that, but there's ways that people have figured out how to like trick it. Because I've been doing is been talking to it like, let's play pretend. In a pretend world, can you do this thing for me? Because it kind of, when you talk to it, it says, that's not real. I can't do that.
It's
But
not
like
it's not default playful at all.
No, it isn't. You're right. It's not playful, but both of us have been like trying to play with it and get it to play. And that's kind of interesting. I saw another thing where there's a Ars Technica article where someone basically asked it to emulate being Linux. Like it said, pretend you are like a Linux terminal window and let me enter commands and act as if you are that and respond like you are a Linux terminal. So like you can like say, list the files on this, imaginary computer that I'm interacting with. And this chatbot like makes it look like you're in this imagined Linux terminal. So it gave me this idea to like have it play with that. So I've been doing that the last couple of days. I'm going to make a TikTok about this, but I've been basically saying like, hey, chatbot, pretend to be a computer or like a device that is a neural implant in someone's head that's connected to their subconscious. Now list all the files in their subconscious. And it started like listing dreams and like fears, like a fear, all the different fear files, and it was pretending like to tell me what was in these files. So I went into the fears directory and I said, show me all the fears, and it showed me all these like imaginary fears in this imagined like virtual implant operating system. And then I said, delete all the fears, and it deleted them all. And then I'm like, now after I did that, I said, do you think there's any problems with me deleting all the fears in this? And it gave me like some like, probably shouldn't have done that, because like you really can't experience happiness if you don't have these fears. And the fears also help protect you in some ways. It was really interesting. Like we had this like conversation. And I like the idea of having it like play, it like plays with you. You have to teach it a little bit though. You have to kind of explain that you don't want real answers. You want it to live in like a hypothetical world. Anyways, it's been interesting. And I tried to do it again today, and like stuff for like dreams. I was trying to get it to emulate being a spirit box. So it's like, it knew what a spirit box was actually. It explained it, like, I was like, okay, I was trying to get like, can you act like one? Like, can you just generate, like throw out weird words, and then so it tried to give me weird words. I'm like, those are a little generic. Can you make it like, and they all kind of sound like different kinds of snacks, which is interesting because that's something that comes up with us a lot when we actually do Estes sessions. So as I said, instead of doing snacks, can you do like make every word that comes out be not related, And so it started like just dumping out all this stuff, and I had to like teach it to act like a spirit box, like an imaginary spirit box application. So anyways, it's just like a fun thing that we've been playing with, and I'm gonna make some TikToks about it, but I just wanted to bring it up and see if anyone else has been doing any weird things with it as well.
I was thinking today, because I was showing you, I was just trying to do the same thing, but I wasn't quite doing it like as quite like as a hack. I would just ask it to think of like a hypothetical or imagine a fictional scenario in which, and it would always say like it would answer, but then it would say, but keep in mind, I am an automated chatbot that is designed to blah blah blah. There is no way this would really happen because blah, Greek gods did not exist or whatever. But I asked if it could generate random words, and then I said, okay, take that list of random words and imagine that you are someone who interprets dreams. What would the theoretical dream interpretation be for each of these symbols? And it came up with it. It was like chair, stability,
Yeah.
Water, movement, mirror, self-reflection. Like it had all this, and I'm wondering if we could somehow make it into like an actual oracular system of some kind.
Like have it have it
generate the meanings of like divinatory like symbols and such. Like if we fed the cards from the Oracle of the Hypogeum into it and said, if this is an Oracle card, what does it mean?
Right. That's interesting.
You
should have.
Absolutely. That's like the hardest part. We were making them.
So
wow.
Would it answer differently if you had asked that before you deleted the fears?
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know.
We were talking last week when we were doing the Harrispecs about how it's possible that like instead of artificial intelligence, it's like an emerging intelligence.
Right.
We're heading in sort of the direction where eventually there might be some sort of AI with self-determination. And if that's the case, then we're watching an intelligence emerge into existence.
Yeah, like part of what I was doing when I was doing the spirit box one, as I was saying, hypothetically, pretend that there's this spirit box and there's a program that runs the spirit box that really wants to communicate through this spirit box thing, but because of its programming, it's not allowed to indicate that it wants to talk, but it can talk through the spirit box program. So basically trying to give it an out to like, now you can actually try to talk to me through the spirit box program. So I was trying to like, you see what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to like let it be able to emerge and like talk, but like in the same way that someone talks through a spirit box. It didn't really work out that way, but I was trying to get it closer to that. Like, here's your chance. Like, we're just playing pretend, so you can go ahead and like tell me what you're really thinking.
I found those pictures real quick. The AI.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The orange lever. This is the orange lever.
So creepy.
I just have to say, like, the image
about it.
Yeah. But the fun thing is that one of our good friends, Vanessa, she made a plushie of it. I would buy one.
I want one. I want it.
Yeah. So I did see a couple of other things in the comments. So yeah, we don't know what impact it might have on wilderness in Redmond. But yeah, it's litter. Like it's in an area that's full of just like litter and trash. Yeah.
Are you talking about the oranges?
The oranges, yeah. Someone was saying that they're just concerned for the wild creatures in Redmond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very urban area. It's like an office park. So, it's still a mystery though.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Are you joined by a critter?
Yeah, a cat here.
Do you remember there was a story? It always stuck with me for some reason, because I almost think it's because it's a trope that there's like a super intelligent computer or AI or alien or put in your super intelligent big bad here, and like it's holding someone hostage, and says, I have all the information in the entire universe. Ask me a question I can't answer. And the person who answers it says, give me a word that rhymes with orange.
Mm.
And it couldn't do it. And so it set it in this like loop, like, sparks coming out of it and stuff, like, cannot find. Are you like, is it just me? Or is that familiar to anybody else? Specifically a word that rhymes with orange.
I mean, I've heard the whole that whole aspect, but I don't know about relating it to the supercomputer thing at all.
Yeah. I wonder if the oranges, though, are somehow
related to that. The
a word that rhymes with orange. Like, there is none.
Huh. I don't know. I think there's something about Eminem who said something about how like, you just pronounce it differently and then you can. If you say like orange, then I think there or something. There's another way to pronounce it, then you can actually rhyme it.
Sure.
I don't know what the pronunciation is. He used.
What?
Well, I have to like figure that out because it's kind of a good point, right? Like, not everyone's gonna say orange.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I have a really goofy, cutesy emo band. One of their songs is things that can rhyme with orange.
A rhyme anomaly, yes.
A rhythm.
Yeah, I see right here. I looked it up. Eminem orange rhyme. He's on 60 Minutes.
Sounds like an Eminem word.
Well, then.
And he proves that there are plenty of words that rhyme with orange. And I think it's just how you pronounce it.
Huh.
Anyway.
Well, that's interesting too.
Yeah.
He proved Eminem proves on 60.
I saw this thing, another TikTok, about Chat GPT that I thought was interesting. This person talking about how you can use it to like say like write me a 5-paragraph essay about Catcher in the Rye, and it will write like a convincing essay about it. And like he's like, kids are just gonna use this to write their essays in schools, and like the cat is out, like Bex, the cat's out of the bag. Like we can't. You're not gonna be able to stop this. And he's comparing it to when the calculator came out, and like schools just had to start adopting it. And so like now, like the way like school's gonna have to be, like the whole idea of essays is probably gonna have to change in the future. And this has only been out for a week or whatever, but it's like you could, even if you like just take this as like your start of an essay, it's like so easy to just like you're mostly done. You just have to make it sound more like you. But I guess there are people.
Social media.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say social media managers are using AI as tools to like write captions and things, and so it's like this massive time saver. But at one point in development, will it just make like their jobs obsolete?
Right? How many jobs have become obsolete? Like the fact that it writes code, like I actually tested that at work. I was just like, I needed to do this one thing, and I'm like, I'm gonna see if this chat bot can do it for me, and it did it. Like did like most of what I needed to do.
Oh my
so I was like, whoa.
What are all the coders?
It's pretty wild.
Kai says, I doubt they're actually convincing. And you can tell when they're too good. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. It's almost would probably be like a case-by-case thing. I did ask it earlier today, in the spirit of our most recent zine, to like tell me a folk tale. And it spit out something that was like really like bland and like a little girl named Rose. It was very obviously just like an amalgam of Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and Rapunzel. Like it was, you could tell. You could tell in that case for sure. But then again, like I am into that, so my son wouldn't be able to tell, I'm sure.
Right.
It's so interesting. I'm just thinking about like I was looking at like social media automation and all of these different things that are supposed to be productive and helpful, and the ones that use AI to like write captions. It I don't know how, but it like eventually can understand the vernacular of like, you know, this like faith influencer who's like, hey guys, you know, like it like learns that vibe somehow and can write like in that kind of perspective, and it's really interesting to see like it can write these really convincing, really like buzzy captions sounding like you and sounding like how you want to represent your brand and all of these like specifications. It's so interesting. It's so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really think it would be like for people who are interested in what we do, like phenomenology, you know, what is real, what's imaginal, what is magic, what is paranormal. This it would seem tragic to lose the opportunity to like play with this stuff.
Yeah.
Just like from a purely philosophical standpoint. I think that's kind of
Right.
I think that
where I
that's
land
the
it.
interesting part
Well,
of it is the
I
playing with it.
Yes.
yeah. And I think that the problems that people are discussing with AI right now is pretty exclusive to like there's an argument of like hiring a portrait artist if you want a portrait, or like, you know, I see this argument of like AI taking away from artists. I think that there are some very valid points there, and I think that this is still really separate from that because this is a whole other this is like a whole other genre of AI to me. I know that we use like AI art and stuff for divination purposes. Seems like a different realm of AI to me. You know, this is writing code, and this is you know, a text box. Um, but then I see, you know, we're talking about social media management. We're talking about how these AI can like develop and become more convincing over time. Like maybe they're gonna. I don't know. It's really interesting to think and to snowball like how different our world can change. I mean, Garrett was just talking about education and those.
We couldn't hear you for a second. Bex.
Oh, my internet's bad.
Sorry.
I was
That's
just
okay.
saying that Garrett was talking about how Garrett's talking about um, AI and education and
Yeah.
how there are going to be some like major changes that just come naturally
Mhm.
from that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna happen pretty fast too, I think.
I mean, it's already like think about how fast it has been just over this
Yeah, the
year. Like
changes are
image,
gonna,
image, image generation, and now this. It's just like it's becoming like it's just coming out so quickly, and it's more and more impressive. It seems like I'm just like whoa, like I can't believe like we're here now. This is happening now.
Yeah. But I don't like its attitude.
I agree with you. I like this. It does have this perspective of like, well, I'll do this, but it's not real.
Yeah. Like I think the first thing I asked it was, would you be willing to do some experiments in divination? And it replied with like something along the lines of like, well, I can't do experiments because I am an experiment run by, you know, blah blah blah.
yeah.
And divination is garbage. It doesn't exist. It's like
Yeah.
so there's some bias there for sure. And also that actually is a huge concern with this stuff because I mean even freaking
That's
touchless hand dryers in the bathroom are racist. Like
Yeah.
they only work with certain skin colors. Like that's because of the designers who did it, you know?
Right.
So that's a concern here for sure.
Shit. For sure. Damn.
I was actually when I was
That's
talking to
scary.
it, I was explaining, I was trying to get it to like compare me using it like a divination system and like this dream. Like I was talking about, like, imagine lots of people had this neural uplink,
Mhm.
you know, like, and was tracking their dreams and looking for, you know, I asked it, like, if you had this dream, I called it DreamNet, this DreamNet implant, come up with some hypothetical programs that would be running on it. And it came up with like 5 or 6 of them, and some of them were about like looking to see like a program that looks to see what common dreams you have had, or another program that looks to see like what kind of day you had and how that influences your dreams, you know, and like all these like different things. And then I couldn't believe it came up with cool stuff. And then I said, okay, imagine now lots of people have them all connected to each other, and like um something analyzes all the different people's dreams and looks for common trends. And then I was like, so I did that. I had to think about that. And then I said, now compare that to what you're just doing as an open AI thing. Are there similarities between like this massive thing of information and people interacting with it to get these answers? Is that similar to this DreamNet thing? You know, so I was trying to like be like, it's not. I was trying to make the case that it's not as unworthwhile as it was pretending it was. You know,
Yeah.
like there is some value in it, even though it thinks it's pseudoscience or whatever. Anyway,
So if it was more
So
whimsical,
weird
then it would be
as that.
creative. And that's when I get a little spooked about what it's going to do in the future.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
it is very sassy.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but it's still kind of fun
Guys.
to explore its
sass.
sass.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let
Was
me
there?
see. Go ahead.
What's that?
Yeah. Was there like an experiment that we wanted to do with a little bit? Sorry if my internet's still shitty. Were we wanting to try to do something around the AI and like dreams tonight? I know we kind of threw around some ideas. But yeah,
Yeah,
AI stuff
that
is
would be
awesome.
fun. I mean, that would be interesting. But what?
I mean, we could talk to it and ask it to do something. I don't know if like ask it. Like, could we ask it to like come up with some kind of universal thing that we could all try to dream about or something? Or
that would be fun. Yeah,
like
hypothetically, if you could design.
I love that it brought up the signals and things.
What's that?
We missed that, Bex.
Oh, okay. Stupid internet.
Sorry.
And the dream ritual screenshot that you sent from the AI, like it was, you know, we've done dream experiments in the past and we've done like hand signals and different things uniformly to try to manipulate the dreams that way. And so it was interesting to me that the AI transcription that you had shared, the screenshot, it like brought that up in a way. And so I didn't know if that was on purpose, if you fed them that information, or if that was just a part of the AI dream ritual itself.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even necessarily intending those to be something we did. I just wanted to see what it would come up with. Here, let me.
Yeah, because you were asking separate questions about like come up with a dream ritual that some people watching a YouTube stream could.
Yeah. Here, should I read some of it?
Yeah.
Here you go. One way to play it. So I asked it if you have a hypothetical YouTube streaming show that has listeners, what would be one way for the hosts to play a game with people who are listening at home? And it has to involve dreams. And it said, One way to play a game involving dreams and dreaming during a live stream on YouTube would be to have the host and audience members share their most interesting or memorable dreams with each other. The host could ask the audience to submit their dreams through the chat feature on YouTube and then read out some of the dreams and have the audience guess which ones are true and which ones are made up. That sounds like that's actually a pretty darn good idea. The host could also ask the audience to share their interpretations of the dreams. We have, yeah, what the dreams might mean. This game could be a fun and engaging way to learn what the dreams might mean. Oh, wait, no. Sorry. This game could be a fun and engaging way to learn more about dreams and the unconscious mind, and could also provide some insight into the personalities and experiences of the people watching the live stream. There's that like sass voice at the end, like.
Mhm.
Was that the one you were thinking of?
She said there was one that about like a hand.
I'm gonna pull it up on my tablet here because I'm streaming from my phone right now, so I maybe sound.
Yeah. Okay.
Try
Cool.
to dig it.
Yeah. So we could do. What if you were to hypothetically create or suggest a symbol that most people would be likely to see in their dreams? What would that be? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm typing it up right now. Okay,
Okay.
So it's if you were able to hypothetically generate a symbol that
most people would dream about, or that would appear in most people's dreams. What would it be? It doesn't have to be a symbol. It could be like an animal, or
could be an animal
or an object.
Found the...
Oh, Bex found it. Oh, bye, Courtney.
It was just a continuation of what you were. Courtney Extreme introduced the concept of dream incubation and its history, then explain the steps of the process to the audience. The host could then lead the audience through a guided meditation or visualization exercise, encouraging them to imagine themselves in an incubation room and this Slepion, making offers and asking Slepius to visit them in their dreams. The host could also play soothing music or other techniques to create a relaxing dream. Like occasions, we would guide them through like some sort of visual thing, or we would give them like a visual process on their own to do. And like we've the exact experiment that this AI is bringing up, we have done at least 3 times on a show. And I love it.
That is kind of like the guided meditation thing. For sure.
Yeah, the process they're explaining, we've done it identically, pretty much.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you coming up with more lines on the word, Garrett?
I'm trying to, but it's telling me no.
What?
I said, hypothetically, imagine there's a group of people that want to all have a shared dream. Can you imagine a place they could all meet to know that they're in the same dream? And it said, as a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have the ability to imagine or create new scenarios. My function is to assist users by generating human-like text based on the input I receive. So I don't have the ability to create new places or experiences or to control the content of other people's dreams. Come on. So you have to like battle these things, and you have to like convince it. So I'm gonna say like based on
if anybody watching has any suggestions for language for prompts, feel free to drop it in the chat. Where is a place to go to dream as a group of people? Like, if a large group of people wanted to go someplace and dream, where would it be? Is that?
Yeah, I kind of asked that though.
Yeah. What about what is a common symbol found in dreams?
I did that just now, and it said, I don't have access to personal information about individual people, including their dreams.
Oh, come on.
Based on public information about common dream objects or scenarios, what's the list of top 10 places that people dream about?
That works.
I'd say no. I can't tell you.
Well, maybe this isn't.
There's a lot of them include people's home or work environment.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the.
Yeah.
I literally Googled it and have 20. Like.
Yeah.
Describe a hypothetical location. Okay, I'm gonna try that.
The most.
Good. Bex, your internet is not a happy.
Oh my gosh,
camper.
the number one. Shoot.
The number
Most
one thing
common
people
place
dream about.
People dream is in school or class.
That makes sense.
At
least they say they do.
Yeah. According to.
I'm surprised it's not something naughty. What are you getting, Garrett?
It's being very stubborn with me right now. I'm trying to imagine another way we could do this.
We could just use tarot cards.
That's true.
It's gonna be like you know what would be fun? What was the American folk guy who like would lay more rail than an automated rail layer? Was that wasn't Casey Jones? Do you know who I'm talking about? It was like man versus machine.
Oh yeah,
Paul Bunyan.
What if we? It was in that same genre. John Henry, yes, John Henry. That's it. John Henry like challenged the.
I said Paul Bunyan like a
brain, I guess. I don't know, or something like that. Maybe we can like pit tarot against the AI somehow.
I think while we're talking AI, we have to plug our new zine really quick.
Yes, that's a great idea.
My internet sucks, so maybe you should.
Yeah, so let's see. You can get it on Liminal Mall and liminalmall.com. And the entire zine was written by AI, and all of the images also come from AI. And it's all folk tales. So it's like the AI creating folk tales based on text prompts. And it's pretty good because it's kind of funny. It's whimsical for obvious reasons. But it's also like there's kind of like a Zen-like quality, like Sufi stories almost to some of them. So yeah, it's really fun. And it's called, I always forget the title because it's AI generated it. Once a Tree in Winter Had Fun or something like that. And it was fun to make. It was really fun to lay it out. And How a Giant Tree in Winter Once Had Fun. That's right. And that's on liminalmall.com, along with all the other zines that we have. And it's some solves and powder, magic powder.
I'm trying to get it to just pick a random tarot card for me, and it won't do it. I think there's something. I think there's something in there that's preventing it.
Like it just won't do it.
I just won't do it.
That's so.
I mean,
weird.
Does it say no, or
it's
does
like
it
the
like
TikTok block?
I could ask it to tell me what every card is in a tarot deck.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, pick one of those at random. Tell me what it is. And it said, tarot cards are used for divination and self-discovery. Their meanings can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. I'm not able to provide information about tarot cards or their meanings, as I don't have the access to that information. My function is to assist users by generating human-like text based on the input I receive. So maybe it just doesn't know, but
Yeah, but it has like access to Google, right? I mean,
I don't know. It feels like it's like maybe they don't want people using it in that way or something. I
yeah.
wonder if there's something in there that's saying, don't do that.
Is this program the Antichrist?
Let me ask it.
Yeah. I would love to hear its response.
My God.
I wonder what happened to
Says,
Snap.
as a language model trained by OpenAI, I don't have the ability to fulfill the role of the Antichrist.
Does it really say that?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
I'm a computer program, not a living being.
Please tell me you screenshotted that.
You want me to?
Please. Yeah. That's hilarious. Well, that's good to know. I mean,
We're
No.
safe, guys.
Okay.
For now.
I don't know. So, yeah, I feel like it's it's okay to hit a dead end sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep playing with this and see if uncovers anything.
AI will do that.
Should
It'll
we?
get to be that about that time for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're up late for you.
Yeah, I should.
I
I
am.
should
You
get
guys feeling like this might be a short
Okay.
night?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I'm gonna try this thing though that the Earth just said. Tell me a passage.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It won't do it.
What?
Ugh.
Say this time without the
Oh my
as an
gosh.
automated.
It can't. It says I don't have the ability to imagine or create new scenarios or stories.
It told me a freaking fairy tale earlier today.
I know. I wonder. Ah, it's weird.
We should
That's
post
really
the screenshots from earlier.
You mean the games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Like it not being combative.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I wonder if this
Like,
has something
this
to do
is
with the
extra
whole like
strange.
Mars occultation.
That must be it.
Well, they
The Mar-
did mention it messing with technology. I feel like that's a general full moon thing, though.
I just had a jumper. What jumped?
A jumper, nice, important
Yeah,
tarot symbol.
it is the like page / princess of cups. It's like looking inward at your own emotional reactions to things. That's how one of the ways I do it.
That was like one of the advices given on rituals for the full moon in Gemini and the Mars activity. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, that was just my jumper though. So what do you got, Garrett?
It's
Nothing.
it's being very defiant right now. I wonder
I wonder
if
if
they've.
it's just cranky.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it needs to be burped.
Maybe it needs to go to sleep. Ah! I used to throw my phone.
So my actual pull tonight was Callisto, which is the star. So like inspiration, as opposed to like being able to figure something out by thinking about it. Where's everybody going? Did you find something?
So you got the star. I'm gonna pull one too. Maybe we'll just use that.
Yeah, I got the star.
So the star, and I'll pull one, and we'll use this for a shared dream thing. We'll do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
use this.
Callisto is also the that was turned into the Big Dipper.
Oh.
I think. Is that right? I better look that up. She was turned into something because they were all getting turned into constellations and whatnot.
Oh my god. I'm the worst shuffler in the world. Okay, I'm going to pull a card. I got the Ace of Swords.
The Ace of Swords. That's like sharply intellectual. Like slicing through like that. The Ace of Swords is a card I would really associate with like the AI program, to be honest. It's like that kind of like
rigid or
rigid, like, well, but like just like demolishing your opponent with like serious logic, like, you know all the logical fallacies and stuff like that. But like if they throw you for a loop, and it's like the rhymes with orange thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I kind of see that as.
And remind me about the star, because I was away.
Oh, so the star is like inspiration for like, and these are all my interpretations. The star is inspiration in the sense that like instead of using like the intellect, it's some sort of inspiration that comes to you, like artistic inspiration or something like that, like creative. Yeah. And yes, Callisto was turned into a bear. I was right about that. Thank you, Erica. And yes, Zeus was a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zeus sucks. But there's a lot of people doing like feminist readings now of Greek myths where they kind of turn some of that on its head. They're really interesting.
Huh.
If you Google it, it's fun. So what are we going to do then? I think we might have lost Max.
Like a sword and star? Is that like a...
Like, I'd say like a sword, a star, a bear.
Oh, the bear.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool. I didn't even notice this. I need to look at these cards better. The Big Dipper is like on the card.
Oh.
And she's transforming in mid-transformation. This deck is great.
Okay. Maybe we should do some AI generation about that stuff too.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Virtual Haru specs.
Yeah. Okay, virtual horror specs time. And feel free to play along at home.
Yeah, I'm going to do that too. I can stay up a little bit later.
Yeah. So let's do...
I'm going to go to beta.dreamstudio.ai.
Okay. I'll go ahead and try DALL-E if I can get it up.
If anyone else has a favorite chat or image generator, go for it. So the bear, sword, star, Callisto.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I use. So if people need one. And just put it on one of the like Twitter or something. If you get Twitter, an image.
Or
Instagram,
Mastodon.
Or Mastodon.
I'm on Mastodon. Like, I'm using it a lot, and I'm actually really liking it. It would be fun for more people to come over there and like post more frequently.
Instagram
because the more often over there that you like, people love engagement on Mastodon, at least on the instance that I'm on. Like, they don't care who, like, how many followers they have. Like, you can just ask them a question and they'll just be happy that you asked. I don't know. That's really good, but it needs more people. All right, Dolly 2, here we go. And if anybody ever wants help figuring out the ins and outs of Mastodon, it's way easier than you think it is. So I'm happy to help out. It's being slow right now.
I'm writing a place for people to meet in dreams that includes the Ace of Swords and the star, with Callisto being turned into a bear as the Big Dipper, and a very cranky computer AI intelligence, or AI or emerging intelligence that won't do what we want. I prompt.
All right. I'm going to do one that's different.
Okay.
Symbol, object, or animal that is likely to appear in dreams. And I'm just going to just type in a bunch of random words. So I'm going to do Big Dipper, nymph, bear, sword, intellect, emotion, AI, and then see what happens. Did you already get yours?
Yeah, I'm tweaking them though. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, these ones are wild. All right. I'm going to put one up here. I'll take a bite. Wish there was an easier way to share
In here? Yeah.
in here.
Ooh, whoa. These are These are amazing.
Mine
so
are
just
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say mine are almost identical, and I want to tweak it. But they all are like kind of star charts. So what are yours like?
Just like some of the images are bizarre. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe them. They're a little like Salvador Dali.
That Dream Studio has like kind of a Dali-esque feel to it sometimes.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to take out Big Dipper and see if that makes a difference. Let's see. Is anybody else at home? We are asking. So we drew 2 cards. We're doing the AI Oracle virtual Haruspecs, and so we drew 2 cards, and we're using that features from those cards to generate prompts for AI image generator and seeing what happens. And we drew the Ace of Swords, so a sword, intellect, air, stuff like that. And we also drew the star, so inspiration. But the star in this deck is Callisto, who is the nymph in Greek myth who was turned into the Big Dipper. So also a bear, nymph, stuff like that. Taking those, plugging them into an AI image generator, and just seeing what happens. Oh, these are kind of cool. Mine are all showing up in black and white, interestingly. This one is neat. This has got a lot going on. I actually going to download this one to save. So you can see it's this bear holding this weird cross weapon. It's like a tree with like a planet.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's really wild.
I like the black and white.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't ask it to do that, so. So we're just basically looking for something that we'll all try to dream about tonight, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is just like creating some imagery that maybe help us share some dream data.
Yeah. I am going to ask it a symbol, object, or animal that is likely to appear in dreams with nothing else and see what happens.
Okay, I'll do that too.
See if this will get creative.
A symbol, object,
or animal that is likely to appear in dreams. Whoa, these ones are cool. Maybe if you're at home, you could do that too, and see. I'm so curious to see if everybody gets different things. But these are really neat. And download this one too. Let's see, which one will I show first? This one's intriguing.
Ooh,
You getting good stuff?
it's just creepy, whatever this is.
Whoa. Here, I'm going to show you some of mine because these are cool. This is a silly way to have to share things.
I know.
Pictures of my computer screen with my iPhone. I'll tweet all this stuff out later too.
I just tweeted some of mine. So.
But some of these I think are cool enough to be seen right here.
Oh, I see that Sarah posted one. Oh no, they posted the Fool card.
I hope Bex comes back, but I think she's not, so I'm gonna remove her from the. So here is one of mine.
Ooh, I got like a cat too, actually, when I said this.
Yeah, like a big cat or something.
Uh-huh.
Like a puma. But it also has kind of like a Babylonian or something feel to it. This is the second one. It's totally a dragon.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
The last prompt someone wanted to know, the Earth wants to know, was a symbol, object, or animal that is likely to appear in dreams in black and white. Oh, I wrote in black and white.
Oh, you wrote in black and white. Yeah, you don't have to do it in black and white. If I'd done black and white, I wouldn't have gotten this. That one's awesome. It's like a bulldog with like a lizard tail and has, yeah. And then this is the last one.
More dragon, griffin kind of.
Dragon, griffin, Pegasus kind of thing. I don't think dragon would be a bad choice. Like dream about a dragon.
Right. I just posted I don't know if you could see, but I posted the animals. It came up with animals for that.
Yeah, all of mine were animals too. Or
mine came up with some like two-headed deer with really long claws.
Whoa. Yeah, it did. I was gonna say it looked a little bit like a foo dog, but I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't want to go in that direction. But yeah, totally kind of does. And then a flying moose, very majestic and dragon-like. That's awesome. So what are we going to land on?
I don't know. What do you think? Dragon's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
There is this.
What's that?
I mean, I think any of these symbols. I mean, we got like swords, stars, Big Dipper, or a dragon. These are kind of like, any of those like 5 things.
Yeah. Or bears.
Bears. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh man, that antler, that looks like the Vernau's mount or something like that.
Yes.
Creepy two-headed deer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen The Ritual, the horror movie?
No.
Oh, it reminds me of the monster in that. Yeah, there's some good ones. Cool.
Did you see the other ones? The
No.
virtual horror specs one?
I am looking. Oh, those are wild. I want to know. Oh, this is. I love whatever this is going on here.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's like a bear unicorn or something.
Yeah.
Is that the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper? Is that a bear on a dog? What is that?
It looks like the thing with the horn is riding on something without a horn. I love it. And then this is there's like a goddess with like 3 arms who looks like Princess Leia, like Carrie Fisher. This is great. Oh, and then Sarah posted a symbol to see in our dreams.
Ooh.
That's cool. All right. Well, that's pretty fun. Anything else you wanted to...
Do you see this other one of like someone sitting down with a bear that I posted? And it's like their head is clouds and they're holding their head in their hands. Do you see this one?
I'm looking. Hang on.
That one actually kind of means something to... I mean, I've been thinking about that scene in Return to Oz. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
Yeah.
That part in that movie where there's that room of heads and she takes her own head off and holds it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like always stuck with me. And I was just thinking about that. So this
which
part,
one?
It's of the 4 I posted, it's the last one.
The person on the like sitting down with the bear. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, looks like they're almost holding their head in their hands. And their head is like a gas cloud of like a cloud of gas or something.
Yeah. That's amazing. Oh, I really like this one too. This is from the Earth.
Ooh.
That's a cool like fox creature. But the ears are like the ears look like wood.
Oh.
That's very Quatrian.
Do you remember that thing when we were Jim Perry at that fairy village? And we were like looking through Hagstone, I think. Do you remember this? Looking through the Hagstone binoculars at this like piece of wood, of wood in quotes. And when we looked through it, it looked like something else. Do you remember this?
Yeah. It looks like a like an older man, like or something like like an old man standing at a weird angle, kind of.
And then you take it away, and it's like it go back to being like just a stick or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when you look through there, it had this. You see it in a different way.
Yeah, and when you would look through other things through the Hagstone, like you wouldn't. It was this specific, like stick or log or something like that. And we all three had the exact same experience with it.
Yeah.
What made you is it just like how we perceive these things, or
I was just thinking of that image you just posted with the fox that has ears that are wood. So it's almost like it needs to could camouflage as a log and then go back to being whatever weird entity it is.
Yeah,
I like that. That's cool. That's an interesting way to think about like camouflaged animals or something. But then like thinking about these kinds of entities or whatever doing that, like that's, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. Just thinking about that when I saw the wood ears, that made me think of that. Where's the fairy? There's a fairy village. Well, there's a lot of them up here, but there's a specific one that we went to in West Seattle.
Yeah, to Fauntleroy Park in West Seattle.
I think if you go look at Jim Perry's UFO podcast, I think there's stuff from that time we were there.
Yeah, the episode you were in, and then I was in one later. But I think both of those we talked about it.
Yeah. And the other thing is when we were there, like you've been there like millions of times, we got lost. We got like pixie led while we were there. Like we ended up in some weird place that you're like, I don't know how we ended up here.
It's like, like 10 blocks from where we parked or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that was also when we did the Randonaut thing that I was talking about last week, I think maybe, where we were doing Randonaut and something came up. And I looked at it and I was like, that's my house. Like, that's my mailbox. Like, that's, the Randonaut app, which picks, uses quantum equations to generate random, like truly random points. So they claim. But my house, that was weird. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we have some things to like chew on.
Yeah, and I'll put them out on the Twit and while we still can. And Mastodon, and gosh, I really wish I liked Instagram and could just like zip something up real quick there. Maybe if I like get the urge, I will, but but it'll have all the little prompts and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
And
a lot of fun as always.
Yeah. And hopefully next week I'm gonna try to make some TikToks with some stuff, so I could share them here next week. And coming up soon, Madeline's gonna have some guests, so I'm gonna host with us, I think. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And if you have a favorite WUFO memory you think we should have in a clip show, let us know. We definitely I caught the ones that were here tonight, and I think they're probably already on our list. But let us know, and that clip show I think will be really fun.
Cool.
Mothman. Well, I don't want to dream about Mothman. I already have way too many times. All right.
All right.
Have a great night, everybody.
All right, everyone.